which we feel challenged by the church. And so it's the raw reality of Christian living that I'm kind of after, because I think that's very close to real people's experience in everyday life. And I think often religion distances itself from that. So that's the passion in it, and it is the child of that book. As you said, it's 56 poem prayers, meditations, one for each day of the period of Lent. It's quite personal, and I didn't really write it in the first instance for being published, but it is published, and it's published fairly quickly after I'd written some of it. And so I've been a bit more with my heart in my mouth and on the edge of my seat with regarding the way in which it would be reviewed. And I knew it would be reviewed on Friday in the Church Times, so I didn't have a very good sleep the night before. In fact, I got up in the middle of the night, because you can get it online. I looked it up to see how bad it was, it was a nice review and a positive review, but it's also slightly peculiar in as much as at one point the reviewer says that I have a bad habit of half remembering things. It seems to me that's a reasonably good habit. And that I put down phrases that remind him of other poets. So the beginning of one of my things reminded him of the beginning of The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. To be honest, I was completely unaware of this connection. I kind of don't mind. And if you read it, you'll find quite a lot of scriptural sayings, turn and twist to put in a slightly different context, phrases that will mean something to you because you've half heard them before, as well as other images and metaphors that perhaps are a bit newer. But I don't really believe that anyone could do 100% new. And I know perfectly well that T.S. Eliot, who was referred to there, was pretty jolly good at picking stuff from Lancelot Andrews and goodness knows what, and turning that prose into poetry just by shortening the lines. So I thought that's a fair cop. But there was one point in the review which I absolutely didn't understand. The sentence was this. It refers to a poem in this collection called Evensong, which I'm going to read. Oh, no, I won't read it, I'll just tell you about it. And it ends, Evensong, it's a reflection on the day. So it's an evening thing, and you think, oh dear, the day hasn't been that good, and all the other regrets that you have, should have done better, and blah, blah, blah. And the last verse is this. Give us, we pray, our daily rest, that we might live tomorrow better than today. But teach us first to say that while not perfect, this day was, in the end, okay. Well, that's it. If it reminds you of anything, I think it should remind you of Dylan Thomas and Under Milk Wood or something like that. Sort of light and so. Anyway, the guy in the review said, this line, this day was, in the end, okay, is not an improvement on T.S. Eliot's The Journey of the Magi. Quite why anyone would suppose it would be such an improvement, I have no idea. But clearly it did something to his imagination, which it never did to mine. So that's almost the point. I mean, that we're doing this as the big read book as well. And the point of that is absolutely with the prayer stems and participation. Read these things. If they work for you, that's great. If they make you write something better, that's even better. If it does something to you, that's good. If it's no good, guess what? There's another day tomorrow, and that might be an improvement. So there's kind of lightness about this. Let me finish by reading this one here. I'll read it fairly quickly. This is called The Day Looks Dull. The day is planned, its priorities established. The diary, like a section through a landscape, has been built up over exciting, or in any way promising. To be frank, this day looks dull. The diary looks too full. I wish there were more gaps, a little white space for creativity or recreation, perhaps. So my prayer is serious. I need a lifeline of spirit, an injection of hope. I need to see the possible in the predictable. I need to see the space in the congestions. I need to see again the humanity of the people I will spend the day with, the spirituality of those I encounter across the meeting table. Refurnish me with a sense of purpose for these also slowly burning projects and quietly unfolding plans. Replenish me with vision. Renew me with hope of transformative action. Kindle in me the passion that long since got me involved in all this. Rouse my sense of responsibility for my time. and rid of the fantasy that a day in your service could be done. The day is planned, nonetheless. Let it be unpredictable. That's that sort of thing. Hoping to connect with everyday life, and I'm allowing myself in these poems and prayers, and I hope you will if you read them, to have a bit of passion towards God and take on, this is the real me, you help sort me out. On which point I think I'll end. Thank you.
Thank you very much.